गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू द वीकली एनालिसिस वीडियो। दिस इज सागर भट्ट। इस वीडियो में एज यूजुअल पहले हम निफ्टी को एनालाइज करेंगे, उसके बाद कुछ और सेक्टर्स भी एनालाइज करेंगे एंड फाइनली मैं आपके साथ 3 स्टॉक शेयर करने वाला हूं जो आप अपने ट्रेडिंग वॉच लिस्ट पे ऐड कर सकते हो। अब बहुत लोग ये भी बोल रहे हैं कि वी माइट हैव एंटर्ड अ रिसेशन, बट व्हाट डज दिस मीन? रिसेशन इज बेसिकली अ डाउन ट्रेंड इन द country's economy, and when that happens, even that is reflected in the stock market. So when we enter a recession, the market might fall anywhere between 15 to 25%. This is what happens, this is what has happened in the past. Okay, so as of now आप देख सकते हो Nifty is already down by 15%, right? So what can happen further? So now I am going to apply the two indicators, which is the 100 and 200 moving averages, which is nothing but long term support for Nifty. तो आप देख सकते हो in history, in the last 20 years or more than that, Nifty has respected these two long term supports, right? And only during the economic downturns like the dot-com bubble crash or the 2008 financial crisis, Nifty has traded below the 200 moving average. That means that we can safely assume that 200 moving average can be the last point where Nifty will come, right? So that is what we can clearly see from the past. Okay, only in the dot-com bubble Nifty has broken the 200 moving average, and only in the 2008 financial crisis Nifty came below it, and finally even in the corona crisis Nifty came below the 200 moving average. So as of now Nifty might come to the 100 moving average, and if that happens, आप देख सकते हो market will be down by around 16-17%, right? And if the market does not sustain that level, then the worst that can happen is Nifty might come to the 200 moving average in the coming months or even in the next year, right? And when that happens, Nifty will be down by 26%. अब obviously question आता है, what will I do if the market comes to 100 moving average, and what will I do if the market comes to 200 moving average? So very simple है, I have a watch list of stocks. I have 10 to 20 stocks that I am observing for positional trading, right? So अभी भी मैं already positions enter कर रहा हूँ, and when the market comes to 100 moving average, even there I'll be entering, and even when the market falls further, if I'm getting at good levels, then I'll be entering these stocks at the right points. And उसके बाद if Nifty comes to 200 moving average, it might come in coming months, it might come in the coming years, or it might not even come, right? So market might even take support from here. But if Nifty comes to 200 moving average in the coming months and years, मैं क्या करूँगा? I'll be entering a good position trades in index funds like Nifty ITBs and Nifty Bank, and also in Nifty FMCG. So this is what my plan is for the index. तो अब बात करते हैं two stocks that looks good for positional trading, right? तो अभी का सिचुएशन ये है कि मार्केट इज गोइंग डाउन एंड देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ अनसर्टेनिटी इन द मार्केट. तो आप क्या कर सकते हो? इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग आप ट्राई कर सकते हो पोजीशन ट्रेडिंग, राइट? यू कैन ट्राई होल्डिंग स्टॉक्स फॉर अ कपल ऑफ मंथ्स, एंड दैट इज द मोस्ट प्रॉफिटेबल थिंग दैट यू कैन डू नाउ, क्योंकि आपको स्टॉक्स बहुत डिसेंट लेवल्स पे मिल रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, द फर्स्ट स्टॉक दैट लुक्स इंटरेस्टिंग इज बर्जर पेंट्स. आप देख सकते हो बर्जर पेंट्स is on its long term support, the 200 moving average, and as of now the stock is almost down by 35% from its peak. Okay, and अभी stock pre covid levels पे आ चुका है. So now if you are entering at this point, अब देख सकते हो it looks pretty strong, right? तो आप यहाँ पे enter कर सकते हो. You can hold it for a decent period of time. If you are entering at this point, either you can keep a good stop loss somewhere around these levels, and your target can be minimum up to the all time highs. Okay, क्योंकि आप पोजिशन ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हो, even you can actually अवॉइड स्टॉप लॉस, दैट्स अप टू यू. क्योंकि मैं भी वही करता हूँ. व्हेन आई एम डूइंग लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रेडिंग, मैं क्या करता हूँ? स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाता, क्योंकि स्टॉप लॉस इज यूजुअली फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडर्स एंड नॉट फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रेडर्स. सो दैट इज वन टिप दैट आई वांट टू गिव यू. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टॉक दैट लुक्स इंटरेस्टिंग. इट्स एट अ वेरी गुड लेवल, and if you can hold it for a couple of months, then this can be a good trade, right? The second stock that looks interesting for me is Mindtree. Similarly to Berger Paints, Mindtree is also, आप देख सकते हो, is back to its major levels, right? As of now the stock is down by almost 40% from its peak. Okay, and अभी ये 100 moving average से support ले रहा है. तो अगर आप यहाँ पे एक long term position initiate कर रहे हो, right, even if it goes down, okay, your target will be the all time high. And so this is the second stock that we are achieving. So if you are entering the stock, right, it might take a couple of months or even 1 year to hit the target, but when it hits the target, you will be making a profit of 60%, right? So that is the benefit of doing the position trading. So these are the two stocks that looks interesting. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Comment section में बताओ आप कौन से stocks watch कर रहे हो, and I'll see you in my next video.